One of the top questions I get is, how do you do this e-scouting, desk scouting, whatever you want to call it? And this is going to be a series of videos. I don't think we're going to be able to fit it all in one video. I'm going to walk you through how I go about standing right here at home and scouting a unit that I'm going to hunt, and that unit is 1,000 miles away or 500 miles away. Because when I get there, I've got 5 days to figure it out. And I always say, figure it out, sort it out, pack it out. That's kind of my theory of what I got to do in those 5 days. Figuring it out and sorting it out, a lot of that is based on what I do right here at my desk. So I've got 3 main tools I use. One here is the GoHunt Insider. I just use this part as my main research for drawing my tag. And I'll go in and I'll do analysis by unit, by draw odds, by everything else. This filtering system that they have here is excellent. Helps me really narrow down my choices in a hurry. Their draw odds are as good as any draw odds. Not as good, they're better than any draw odds that are out there. I spend tons and tons of time doing this because I have to get a tag. This is tool number 2. It's the Onyx Map Hunt app. My other tool, Google Earth, I use it mostly for the purposes of confirming what I found on onXmaps. Did everything that it told me over here on my Onyx Maps. Google Earth, is that confirming that? Is it causing me to rethink something? Am I changing my idea, my strategy? Something new pop up because all of a sudden there's a newer image. I use that a lot, but my go-to item for all this planning that you see is onXmaps. I'm going to pick a unit that I've hunted before, and I'm going to show you how I went about finding elk in that unit, and our guest hunter shot a really nice bull. And I'm also going to tell you what season I want to do this example for, because it's the hardest period of the elk calendar to find elk. So I thought, you know what, I want to pick a unit that I can say, here's some firsthand proof that it worked. So I've picked a unit in New Mexico that's extremely hard to draw. If I show this example, just understand that a lot of people are going to watch this, and they're probably going to, if they draw the unit 16A tag, they're going to go right to where I show. It's just the human nature. So don't go where I'm showing you. Use this same exact theory, but use it in a different part of the unit if you draw this tag. Look at the calendar, or the elk period calendar. You're going to see the 5 periods I break it into. You're going to see that the primary need in the post-rut period is security and sanctuary. Knowing that, the question becomes, how do I take 600 square miles in a unit and sort it into something that I can hunt in my 5 days? Because you can't be at all places at all times. And if there's one thing that I struggled with when I first started doing these out-of-state, self-guided public land hunts 20 years ago, I would bounce all over the place. I didn't have enough confidence in my strategy to build a plan and then work that plan. And you're gonna see how and why I do what I do here. You're gonna look, and there's a main road coming right through here. There's a main road coming from here. The town of Reserve, the largest town nearby, is right here. So for me, I know that with all these roads, there's going to be a ton of hunting pressure over here. And I'm a contrarian. If there are people, I'm going the other direction. And there are a pot full of elk in this part of 16A. I went over to the east side of the unit because you can see there's hardly any roads over there. There's some, but not many. That tells me that hunting pressure is going to be less over here. And I want a quality experience. I also know that with less hunting pressure, the likelihood of my plan getting blown up by other hunters is less. So that's just kind of the first step of taking 600 square miles in a unit and making it into something more manageable. So I've almost cut this unit in half just by making that decision.